What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. And did you all know that back in May, I think it was May the 31st to be exact, some white supremacists came over and vandalized the Black Wall Street Gallery. Why can't black people have anything to themselves? I just don't understand it. Why do these white supremacists be coming over there and vandalizing that stuff? Can't black people have their own thing? So anyway, let me show you the turn of events, right? I got the videos, and I think you already know the spoil. I don't even got to spoil it for you, right? You already know how this is going to turn out. So let's see how it started, and then let's see how it ended.
Years since the start of the Tulsa Race Massacre, one of the most violent racial attacks in U.S. history. In New York, commemorations were held to remember those who were lost.
And one local art gallery is refusing to be deterred from letting this history be forgotten. CBS 2's Corey James reports.
Near the fountain at Washington Square Park, people gathered to remember this day of American history. A story not often told and one our country should never forget.
The Tulsa Massacre, it was terrible.
Exactly 100 years ago, a white mob killed about 300 black people in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They burned more than 30 square blocks of homes and businesses in an area known as Black Wall Street.
It started because a black man was accused of sexually assaulting a white woman. We don't know how true that is, but still, why would you come and burn down the whole city for that?
And while people in Greenwich Village were honoring those lives lost, the owner and curator of this art gallery in Soho was facing his own modern-day attack.
And when I see this type of vandalism, it's just a reminder that hate still exists.
Dr. Rico Wright showed up to his Black Wall.
Yeah, hate still exists in the community. I don't even understand. It's like, anytime, like, if you have a black-owned business that's focused on anything dealing with historical events and something is vandalized, my first thought is going to be somebody with my skin tone, okay? Not this skin tone, okay? I'm the last person I'm going to think is going to be somebody white.
Street Gallery Monday to find white paint covering the name of his space. Inside, 21 paintings from 21 black artists paying tribute to the victims of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre.
It's a salute to the ancestors. We're focusing on healing and unity and love.
The NYPD Hate Crime Task Force is investigating the incident that happened overnight on Mercer Street.
I think it's absolutely disgusting. I mean, that's such a terrible thing to see.
Whoever this perpetrator is, I say to that person, come and holler at me. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some dialogue. Let me understand why you would do something like this, so then I can explain to you why you should never do it.
Yeah, because he's the reasonable one.
Smeared paint that can be erased, but not the history of this day a century ago.
We don't get no justice now.
And this group marching throughout New York City is reminding people of that. In Soho, Corey James, CBS 2 News.
So far, no arrests have been made in the case. The owner of the gallery says his exhibition will be open through Juneteenth, which falls on June 19th.
Today marks
okay, so that's what happened. That's the first time it happened. But honey, don't waste your premises. Came over to the shop again and again. They hit that place 3 times. Here goes the story talking about that.
Trump's task force investigating vandalism at a Soho art gallery. It features work by black artists commemorating the victims of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. It's been targeted for a 3rd time this week. This is Natalie Duttridge is there live with the very latest. Natalie.
Well, Mary, the owner of the Black Wall Street Gallery is asking for more police presence and more security after this latest incident. Now, you can see this time,
Now, isn't it something? They want more security and more police now over some building. Wait a minute now. I thought y'all didn't like the po-po, huh? I thought you wanted to fund the police.
drew what appears to be an outline of a person or skeleton, and then below that, it has them scratching their heads. It says, etc. real art.
Yeah, I don't understand that one.
I don't know what etc. real art means. I'm not too sure. But if you're saying that this is not real, it is very real. It comes from a very real place. It comes from a very real place. A place where it's like, we're coming against trauma. We're coming against white supremacy.
Amani Lewis's artwork is hanging inside the Black Wall Street Gallery on Mercer Street. She came to see it today, but instead learned the gallery had been vandalized several times. The first incident was discovered Monday morning on the anniversary of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. White paint was smeared on the words Black Wall Street Gallery.
We're talking about Black Wall Street, and our whole towns were destroyed. People destroyed our houses, our communities. I mean, we made communities before and that got destroyed, so this is not surprising.
The second incident, found Tuesday morning, had the letters EDHRLL scrawled on the window. The third was discovered today with the words etc. real art and this unknown stick figure drawn in black marker. The NYPD Hate Crimes Task Force is looking into the crimes. It's still unclear if one person or several are responsible.
Yeah, it's shocking. Why would somebody do that?
Seeing racism to this degree, in 2021, is just so foreign for me.
Because it was not done by anybody white. Okay, and so it's amazing. Automatically go to the white person. Oh my God, racism's all everywhere. Racism's there, racism's there. Oh no, what's we gonna do with all this racisms?
Got a way to catch the people.
No other businesses on the street have been reported vandalized. 21 black artists from around the world are featured in this exhibit called 21 Piece Salute. It will be displayed here through Juneteenth, the observance of the end of slavery, which is June 19th. Now, the gallery owner says he's decided to leave these acts of vandalism on the glass to remind the community that racism still exists. He will be holding, alongside elected officials, a rally and protest here today denouncing hate outside the gallery beginning at 2 p.m. We're live in Soho. Natalie Duddridge, CBS 2 News.
Now what is so amazing about this is that this guy he just basked in the glory of actually being popular and the viral videos that was going around. He really loved the spotlight. He was like, oh, I'm so oppressed. Oh, back in 2021, we still got white supremacies still coming over there and putting white paint all over. They actually whitewashing us from history. Boo. So he started to just go on all these shows and everything right here. Let me just show you. It's like, not once did he think it could be somebody black who did this. Okay, I'm just gonna show you this one because I was like trying to look for videos. Here's something else. Spoiler alert. I was trying to find videos of them actually arresting a guy and showing his mugshot. There isn't any. It's amazing when they catch the guy. They don't show who he is, and that's the end of the story. And the guy, this one right here, don't come back and go, oh, I guess it wasn't white supremacy after all. I guess it wasn't a hate crime after all. Most of the time it never is. Jeez Louise, but watch this.
I'm not surprised by the incident. It's just when you're not anticipating something like that, it throws you off a bit. But at the same time, I'm aware that racism is still alive in 2021.
Dr. Rick,
is it still racism when black people do it to each other? Is it still racism or racial privilege?
Go right. The owner says the gallery was created as a space to talk about what happened in Tulsa 100 years ago.
We have in our name Black Wall Street, and that was the very area that was bombed and attacked 100 years ago. And so there are certain people who, 100 years later, still don't want to see successful black entrepreneurs.
And they have your same skin color. That's what they don't even say.
Commemorative events are happening around the country.
They look just like him.
President Biden plans
it's not him, though.
For a day of remembrance. Wright says it's clear to him that his gallery was specifically targeted.
Wow, let's get past this. It's 2021. But on the other hand, it really speaks to the impact that we're having.
Now he wants police to redefine their standards for what constitutes as an act of hate.
Just because there's not a noose hanging at my door does not mean that this isn't some variance of hate. It wasn't as if there were any other businesses around that had the same white paint.
Police say the Hate Crimes Task Force is investigating. Hannah Clee.
And it wasn't a hate crime. You know why it wasn't no hate crime? I'll tell you why it wasn't no hate crime. because it was done by this idiot right here. Ooh, now let me tell you something. This is a juicy story. Y'all better sit down, grab your teacups, and start sipping because this is going to be good. Okay. Now, from my understanding, hold on a second. I got the full story here. All right. Let me read it to you. The vandalism that plagued a Black-owned art gallery in Lower Manhattan was not motivated by hate, but by jealousy. Oh no, not jealousy. A man was busted on Monday for repeated graffiti sprees against the Black Wall Street Gallery, which cops were investigating as a possible hate crime, according to police sources. William Robertson, who is African American, told cops he believed his wife was cheating on him with the gallery owner, Rico Wright. So let me show. So look, this is his, like, this half breed. First of all, I don't even, yeah, she's half breed. This is the wife, this is the husband. And so he was like, you cheating on me with this man right here? It's like, I ain't do nothing, baby. I ain't do nothing. And so he goes down and starts messing up his store. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Over this woman. Yeah, right. So anyway, how white supremacists are them, right? Yeah. Right. Let's see. Wright denied Robertson's accusations in an interview with the Post on Monday. Quote, he said, I had nothing to do with it. His wife at all, Wright said. I do believe that that young man is dealing with some sort of mental issues. Wright said Robertson used to display art and apparel in his gallery, but that he broke off ties with Robertson. Why? Why did he do that? Which he said is what likely motivated the vandalism. No, you dumbass. He said you're forking his wife. He said you're sticking the salami into his wife's sandwich. Or sticking your salami into between her bread. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, okay? That's what that is. They were both my friends, he said. I distanced myself from them because they were both toxic. You ain't toxic, Mr. I can't believe in 2021 we're still dealing with white supremacy and racism. And then when it comes out that that's not it, which we all knew, all right, you didn't come back and go, I was wrong. All right, my severing ties with him was from a business standpoint, he added. This wasn't personal. This was for business. What he did was personal, and I only hope that he gets the help he needs. He said he was pissed to learn that his former friend was allegedly behind the attacks. Sure he was. The gallery, which has since relocated to Tribeca, was hit at least 3 times by vandals, and is as recently as last month when it was on Macer Street. I don't know where any of these places are. White paint was smeared on a gallery window in one attack, which came. We already know about this. Let me see. What does it say? Robinson, who's 50, received a desk appearance ticket on criminal mischarge charges. Wait a minute. He received what? What is that? A desk appearance ticket? I don't know. He probably do something totally different over there in New York. Sources say Robinson, who has a long criminal record, went on social media and ranted about white supremacy in an alleged attempt to cover his involvement. He has 22 prior arrests. No, really? This guy has been arrested before? I am so shocked. 22 times. I'm going to read that again because it was so delicious. He has 22 prior arrests. 7 of them are on felony charges, including a 1991 robbery bus, according to police sources. Yeah, okay. But it's amazing. All of this over some whamming. All of this over a whamming, not white supremacy, a whamming. But this goes to show you, once again, false flag. Everybody's always assuming that something happens to a black-owned business. It's always got to be somebody white because they said so. You know, times have changed when, you know, people have to make up stories like this to show that there's racism. Anyway, I thought you all were. I haven't done a hate hoax in a long time, so I decided to just go ahead and give you all one. They always come. I'm sure we're gonna have another one in a couple of weeks. But let me know. Oh yeah, I think the last one was by Cori Bush, where she basically sent hate tweets to herself, racist tweets to herself. Oh my God. When the demand outweigh the supply, you got to do it yourself. This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Also, be sure to leave a like in addition to subscribing. Join my family, and I would love to have you join us and talk about stuff like this in the comments section. Anyway, this is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and I thank you for coming by, and I'll see you on the next video. Later, taters.